Gentlemen, it is Pack here. So, I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've played the NBA 2K franchise at some point in your life, whether from the very, very early years of like the 2000s to now. And you've played with your friends. I mean, the core gameplay of 2K is sitting down with your friend next to each other and playing NBA 2K one-on-one. If you've played, you know that there is a moral code. Never, ever, ever pick the stacked, broken team. If you do, you're lame. That's always been the case in 2K. In this video, I'm going to talk about the 10 teams I believe were the lamest, most BS teams of all time that if you used against your friends, you probably lost them. I'm going to cover that in today's video. If you like that kind of content, please join the pack and subscribe. Let's get it, man. And I want to start off with two honorable mentions. The first one is all-time teams. Yeah, all-time teams have always been broken, obviously. But if you both decide to use an all-time team, then I guess it's kind of fair. Except for one. If you use the all-time Lakers, you're lame. You're absolutely lame, bro. Excuse me. Kareem, Kobe, Magic, LeBron, Shaq, and by the way, that's just a starting lineup. You also have Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, Anthony Davis now, Wilt Chamberlain. The list goes on and on that team. It is so unfair that it's an off-limits team. I know it's all-time teams and all-time teams are broken, but no one is as broken as that team. You're not allowed to use that team at all. Another honorable mention is the 1996 Bulls. In my personal opinion, the Bulls are not that good of a team in 2K. Yeah, like you get a lot of rebounds with Dennis Rodman, like a lot of BS ones. And yeah, Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan are really good at defense and they can hit some BS shots. But in today's 2K where most players need to shoot threes, this team isn't that broken anymore. I guess maybe back then if you picked that team, your friend would roll their eyes. But I think that team just gets a respect kind of mindset because it's Michael Jordan and this at the time it was the greatest record team of all time until the Warriors. So I guess the only reason we thought you were lame if you picked that team was because of its like history, not necessarily because the team was actually broken. But okay, now the official list. At number 10, it is absolutely the 2012 Knicks. Look, the 2012 Knicks weren't like the best team of all time, and they weren't the stacked team of all time either. But all their players, for whatever reason, were broken. You had Melo, who wouldn't miss an NBA 2K12 at all. You have Marty Stoudemire, would catch every lob imaginable. It was stupid. Chauncey Billups, good. J.R. Smith was the second coming of Michael Jordan, apparently. Can dunk on anybody and hit any ridiculous three-pointer. What a dumb team. And you still have Baron Davis, who was dunking on people. It was such a dumb team. For whatever reason, it was broken that it was infamous in the community, and we all kind of agreed, if you use that team, you're pretty lame. It was the first team I ever used in 2K when I played against someone at a party, and I was like, yo, this game's pretty fun, and this team is stupid. At number 9, it's the NBA 2K14 Lob City Clippers. You gotta understand this team. I have really big beef, not only with the 2K14 Clippers, but 2K15, 16 Clippers as well. I have two stories about the Clippers team. First, I remember when I was looking to find a new college, they were just like, there was like a video game room I went with my friend. And we sat down with two people we've never met before. We were playing 2K against each other. It was 2v2, but we were actually using NBA teams, and you just picked whoever player had the ball. Like, you know how like co-op is. And we picked the Clippers. My friend was Chris Paul. I was using Blake Griffin most of the time. Pick and roll. He lobs it to me. I dunk on two players at the same time. I jump up and I'm like, oh, get destroyed. I'll never forget looking at them, and they just looked at my face like they hated me, bro. I felt so embarrassed. I was like, I'm never using this team ever again. This team is cheese. But then I go to that college 2 years later and I do a 2K tournament. I was using the Spurs because, it was my team. And I'm playing against this country dude. I'm like, this country dude's not going to beat me in 2K, bro. What is this? He picks Lob City Clippers. He posterized me with DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin over and over and over again. I knew it was coming, and I still couldn't stop it. It was ridiculous. I was never, that's the saltiest I've ever been in my life when I play 2K. This team is stupid. Chris Paul was a 94 for most of the years. Blake Griffin was catching every lob, and you still had Jamal Crawford saucing it up and DeAndre Jordan catching bodies. Most annoying team ever. The NBA 2K9 Celtics are up next. Man, so this team wins an NBA championship. They were very popular. Kevin Garnett was the cover of the damn game, and he was a 99 overall. An obnoxious team of Rondo, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett. Ray Allen. It was the first super team, and at the time, it was universally agreed. This is the one team you do not touch because it was broken. You have Kevin Garnett 99 while everyone else is near the 90 overall club. What a stupid team. No, if you had friends, you were not to use that team. And if you did, you lost them for sure. God, the NBA 2K15 Cavaliers were so stupid. When LeBron leaves Miami and goes to Cleveland, joining Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving, you need to remember in the moment, it was a huge deal. You had LeBron James, 98 overall. He was the best player in the NBA at the time. Kevin Love was an 89 overall, joining the team with Kyrie Irving, who was an 86. All at the same time. And they had J.R. Smith, and we all know how good J.R. Smith is in 2K. This team was stupid. And they could shoot. Everyone could shoot. It was such a dumb team. It was, I argue, one of the most unguardable teams ever. And LeBron James, this was like prime LeBron when he was dunking on everybody, and he was hitting threes now. Oh, what a dumb time to play 2K. And an obnoxious team to use for sure. When you played Play Now Online, a lot of people were using this team. Okay, this is the first official you are not valid team. This is the NBA 2K11 Miami Heat and the NBA 2K14 Miami Heat. This one was a big deal. You need to understand why. This was the first famous 2K because NBA Live had just died after 2K10. They had stopped making NBA games and NBA 2K11 was the only basketball game out there. So everyone was playing 2K11. LeBron James was a 97, joining the Miami Heat. You had Dwayne Wade, 97 as his teammate, and Chris Bosh as an 87, with Mike Miller hitting every shot imaginable. It was such a stupid team because yes, there was already super teams, but no one like this where everybody was eating. It was so stupid. The 2K11 specifically was really dumb because it was the first, I think that was the first team where everyone was like, you're not allowed to use this team. Off limits. Like, don't even consider it. You're not allowed to use this team. And NBA 2K14 as well. That was when LeBron was at his absolute prime. 99 overall LeBron with a 91 Dwayne. 84 Chris Bosh, and this team had Ray Allen now at a 79. Oh my God, this is such an obnoxious team to play against. If you used one of these teams, you were officially not valid. Ha! Yeah, right, the NBA 2K16 Warriors. The funny thing is we were so naive back then. I remember thinking the NBA 2K16 Warriors were not valid, and little did we know what was going to happen eventually. This team was a big deal because they had the greatest record of all time. So everyone was like, you're not allowed to use this team. Curry and Clay don't miss at all. Like if you just, I'll never forget my brother dropping 90 points. I'm not even exaggerating. 90 points of Klay Thompson on me because he just passed it to him and he hit a shot. I'll never forget playing at that damn game room at UTSA and that dude dropped 50 straight on me with Curry. Never forget. This team didn't miss. They did not miss. And then on top of that, you had cheesy Draymond Green that would foul you or make you miss dumb shots all the time. What an obnoxious team. And we didn't even know how much worse it was gonna get just yet. Bro, the 2K22 Nets killed Play Now Online. It literally killed Play Now Online. It was so dumb. You had KD 96, James Harden 94, and Kyrie Irving 91. If your friend or the person you were playing against picked this team, you slap them. You slap them. They're not allowed to use this team. I will never, if you ever pick this team against me, I would just look at you like, nah, bro. Team doesn't count. This team is not valid in any way. This team had KD, Harden, Kyrie in their primes, and it had LaMarcus when he was still good, and Joe Harris didn't miss, and it had Blake Griffin. If you did Play Now Online, at any moment you played against the Nets, you didn't have a choice. You didn't have a choice. Everyone was using this team. It was so stupid. At number 3 is the 2001 or the 2004 Lakers historical team. It doesn't matter what 2K you're playing. If you use this Lakers team, you're a bot. Ain't no way you think you need Shaq and Kobe at the same time to win games. I'm sorry, no. Shaq is unguardable in 2K. He is the most obnoxious center to play with in the game. So let me give you an example of why it's so stupid. Because if you have Kobe and you shoot a dumb shot, either one, you're gonna green it because it's Kobe because it was so stupid, or if you miss, Shaq gets the rebound and puts it back up. The most unguardable team in 2K history. It is so dumb. In the 2004 one, you still have Karl Malone, Gary Payton. I hate these Lakers teams. If you ever pick these teams, you're carried. You're so carried. All right, the NBA 2K13 Lakers. I know how they ended up turning out in the NBA, but in the moment, we were scared. Dwight was a 96 overall. He was above Kobe from a 93. Dwight was the better player. That's how good Dwight Howard was, remember. And you had Pau Gasol 87 overall. You had Steve Nash 87 overall. If you use this team, I wasn't going to play with you. Why would I ever play with you? This team was stupid. This team was stupid. Everyone can hit a shot. It's the same thing kind of with the Lakers of 2001. It's like Shaq again. It was like Shaq again. It was all over again. It was so dumb. But this time you had a supporting cast to help you. I despised this team. And also for whatever reason, Jody Meeks was a demon. So even the bench players were killing you. I despised this team. And honestly, I think it was the universal team that everyone said, you're not allowed to use this team at all. If you do, you're a bot. Even when they were bad, they were still had high ratings and no one used them. I'll never forget looking at my phone, bro, and seeing, I was walking into the gym and my phone buzzed and I checked a wash bomb of Kevin Durant going to the Warriors. I was like, what the f? So this team, idiotic. But then I was at home and another wash bomb drops. And this time, DeMarcus Cousins was going to the Warriors. Like the team was already broken, but in NBA 2K19, the Warriors had 97 overall KD, 95 Steph Curry, 89 Clay, 87 Draymond Green. Oh, and by the way, 90 overall DeMarcus Cousins. Everyone on the starting lineup was an 87 overall and above. It is by far the highest rated starting lineup in NBA 2K history. If you picked any of those other teams, I'm upset and I'm annoyed and I think you're a bot. If you picked that 2K19 Warriors, I straight up wouldn't play. I would force you to change or I wouldn't play with you. That is stupid. That team could keep up against the all-time Lakers team. That's how good that team was. It is so dumb that team existed. If you played Play Now Online, obviously everyone and their mother used it. In fact, it was such a good team. It forced 2K to create a tier system. So if you wanted to play Now Online, you had to either play on tier 3, 2, or 1. So like that, it would be fair. That's how dumb this Warriors team was, that it broke 2K. But okay, now that my salt has calmed down, what do you think is the most broken team in 2K history, and which team would you refuse to play against your friends with? Leave it in the comments below. If you like this channel, please give it a sub. I'll see you guys next time.